Good morning from Quartzsite, Arizona. It's currently the middle of December. This is our second year here in Quartzsite, and we often get asked how busy does Quartzsite really get. So our hope and our plan is to show you weekly videos of how this town of Quartzsite goes from 2,500 to 3,000 and then booms up to 1 million people during peak season, which is usually middle of January for the RV show and the RTR, the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. My goal is going to be to show you via Dashcam as well as drone footage. It'd be really neat to see the community swell and all the spots fill up with RVs and then slowly descend. So I hope you'll join us for that, and stay tuned. Subscribe and like and comment if you want to support our adventures. Just before we head over to the long-term visitor area to see how busy it is, I figured we'd check out where the Big Tent RV show happens, as well as Tyson Wells, the shopping area. Let's go in here. This is open. There we go. This is one of the entrances to where the big RV show happens. As you can see, it's still pretty quiet around here. This is the location of where the big tent goes for the RV show. Eventually there'll be one big tent set up there with hundreds of RVs all around it for sale. As you can see, construction of the tent has not yet begun. But for those who have never been here before, just to give you an idea of what it will look like in the middle of January, here you go. It's quite the transformation, really. And just to the right of where the big tent goes for the Quartzsite RV show is the Tyson Wells shopping area. I don't claim to be a Quartzsite expert, but essentially it's a big gravel parking lot with pop-up shops that fill the space. And you can buy just about anything imaginable in there. I hope to take you on a tour of there later on. As with where the RV show happens, Tyson Wells goes under quite the transformation itself. Here are some photos from previous years. Just to the left of where the big tent and the Quartzsite RV show happens is where all the long-term visitor area is. And that's where I'll be taking you to next. As you can see from quick glance, the campers and RVs have already begun to arrive and speckle the desert. But many, many more are on their way. There are many different places to stay and camp with your RV while at Quartzsite. Some of those include your regular BLM lands, Bureau of Land Management. However, with most BLM lands, you have a 14-day max stay, and then you must move on. One of the many things that makes La Posa BLM land unique is that it has an LTVA, which stands for Long-Term Visitor Area. For $40, you can stay there for 2 weeks, multiple times, or for $180, you can stay there for a 7-month period. That is where I'm going to take you to next. The La Posa BLM land Long-Term Visitor Area covers more than 11,000 acres. As such, the area is divided up into 4 different sections. There is La Posa South, North, West, and Tyson Wash. But with your permit, not only can you move freely throughout them, choosing a spot at will, but it also gives you access to other long-term visitor areas in Arizona and California. More on that another time. Okay, long-term visitor area ahead. Currently we are driving south on Highway 95. This road will eventually lead you to Yuma and to Mexico. But it is also how you access the La Posa South, North, West, and Tyson Wash LTVAs. Okay, let's check out La Posa West. Well, I don't remember this being paved last year. That or just really nice gravel. Still lots of room for people, and this will fill up. All 4 of the long-term visitor areas all have garbage bins. So there's the one for La Posa West. Got some Christmas garland out, and tinsel. Pretty neat. This is as close as you can get to Quartzsite, especially the big RV show. The fence is basically on the other side of these shrubs here. Merry Christmas. So these people could just walk right into town. No big deal. So my impression is this becomes a very popular area for the big Class A's and people that don't have a tow-behind vehicle or a tow vehicle. Pretty neat to drive around and look at all the different license plates. Last year, pretty much saw almost every single state and almost every single province in Canada. I don't think I saw any of the territories from Canada. Even saw Alaska, Hawaii. People come from all over to stay in Quartzsite. horseshoe pit. Well, that's pretty neat. Even got rigs with patios on them. Side by sides. What's going on out here? That cute little RV there. Very cute. Right. And payphones. Oh, there's actually none there. I was gonna say that is a relic. So that for the booths. I guess at one point they were functional. Okay, let's get the drone up here. There are multiple reasons why I decide to do these videos. For some people, they come here annually and they like to check out to see, is there quote-unquote regular spot available still? Other people, perhaps they're already here, they don't have access to a drone and think it'd be really neat to see themselves from a bird's eye view, even to share with family and friends to show where they are at. And for the people that have never ever been here, I thought it'd be a unique way to show what Quartzsite LTVA is really like, to give different perspectives, one from the ground and one from the sky. Next, we're going to head on over across the street to La Posa North. I realize now that In the video I did of our arrival to Quartzsite, I actually mislabeled these LTVAs wrong. So my apologies for that. Camel Express. Apparently it's a bus shuttle service that takes you around different places in Quartzsite. Okay, La Posa North. Here we go. Really nice roads this year. Oh, look, a little scamp. How cool is that? 16 foot. Very cool. Pretty nice bus too. Walking a cat. Yes, we're not the only ones. These guys really have theirs tucked in there. Impressive. There's a dump bin for La Posa North. Schoolies here. Airstream tucked off there in the distance. Let's see. There it is. This road here. Oh yeah. a setup here for somebody. Hammock and tent. Our pod. Utah. There's the Airstream. Canadian American flag. Chimney pipe on that thing. Bet he's got a wood burning stove in there. That's supposed to be some nice dry heat. Okay, let's park up here. Get the drone up. You know how people say they like to people watch? Well, I find it more fascinating than people watching. Seeing all the different types of RVs and rigs that people have. Like, check out this sweet thing. I've never seen anything like that before. That is a really cool rig. There's so many different types of ways to live this life. Whether it be camping, snowbirding, full-timing it, and there's so many different ways you can do it. There's a simple setup from a tent to your car, to your minivan, to those things. We've also seen, like $400,000 or $500,000 Class A's. It's just, I don't know if there's a wrong way to do it. Each their own preferences and budgets. Next, we're going to head south, further down Highway 95. From there, we will be able to access entrance into La Posa South and La Posa Tyson Wash. While driving this stretch of highway, if you look to your left or to your right, you'll see all sorts of RVs, Class A's, schoolies, tents, travel trailers, speckled all throughout the landscape. It really is quite the thing to see. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa, that is pretty neat. All these people spread out throughout the desert landscape. There are so many different reasons why people come to Quartzsite. For some people, it can be as short as a weekend, others for the whole season, which is 7 months long. And the reasons they come here, well, that is unlimited as well. For some, they come here strictly for the events, because there is many. For some, they try to escape their winter weather, and they come here for the drier and warmer climate. There is also the economical side of it, and find this cheaper than other options. That list of why people come here could go on forever. I'm sure you can't see it on the dash cam. Let's see if I can get out the super zoom camera. If we look straight ahead, up to the right just of the road, there's a little tiny, not tiny, it'd be massive, but thing up in the air. I was told last year that that's actually a blimp. It's an immigration blimp that hovers kind of over the Yuma area. When we go down to Yuma area, I'd like to kind of learn more and check it out, but I think that's quite fascinating. It was there last year, and it's clearly here again this year, so maybe I can see it in the zoom lens, show it to everybody. Okay. So let's go check out La Posa South. Are way better this year. Actual speed bumps. Ambulances. School bus. This is the Pull Boy Honeypot dump station here in Quartzsite, La Posa South. driving the main road right now through La Posa South, but all sorts of side roads that people venture off onto. It's pretty neat. There's pit toilets scattered throughout. Last year this road was pretty bumpy. A lot of potholes and stuff that had developed. This is really smooth. This is really nice. I bet the people who camp along this road are very thankful for the decrease in dust. So this is where the lineup for the dump station for your RVs is. During peak season, this lineup could be way back past here. We don't have a gray tank to dump, so not really a problem for us. And then to the left of it is their garbage bins. This is the dump station. So when you get a pass here, you have free access to the dump stations, to the garbage. There's also water fill stations right there. There's a few of them there. And then also on the other side of the road, there's a few more. And this is where you can get your water from. The nice thing about the LTVA pass is that even though you've paid for the 7 months, you can come and go as you please. There's no reservations of sites here. If you don't like your neighbors, you can pack up and move. If you want to go check out other campgrounds, other campsites, you want to take off to Vegas or Phoenix for the day, or whatever you choose, you can. And you can just simply come back. So it's using the LTVA is really great as a home base as well. You always know you have somewhere to park. Look at that thing. That is nice. Love seeing the different setups. And of course you have the Lit Cactus up here. We'll go visit that, probably on the winter solstice, I'm thinking. My understanding is it's a guy who came here one year and literally lit up a cactus with a spotlight or Christmas lights or something, and now it's just a big social area. Like every Friday they open it up. He opens up his camping area for other people to come join. So, yeah. Let's do a little circle here. This road keeps going and going. If you keep following it, you'll actually end up. In the magic circle area, which happens to be a clothing optional area. We spent a couple days there last year, and they are some very friendly folks. They're very nice people, very welcoming, and yeah, but it's optional. There is truly something here for everyone in Quartzsite. Last year we even saw signs for church services that were being held. There's events in town for bingo, for rock hounds, to, well, you name it. There's so many things to do here. Swing by it real quick. Drive through. This is where the Lit Cactus is. I believe they have drum circles and winter solstice and spring solstice events here. Yeah, all sorts of music nights. There it is. There's the famous cactus. I actually find this place on Google Maps. So this is one guy's campsite, and everyone sits around and has a big bonfire. They all pitch in and donate and bring wood. And, yeah, so. each to their own. That's some people's cup of tea, and that's not other people's cup of tea. And that's the wonderful thing about Quartzsite, is you have the flexibility to find what interests you and what doesn't interest you. And there is enough space here to separate yourself, if you choose, from the type of things you're not interested in. If you're not into the clothing optional, well, just don't camp in the magic circle. If you're... yeah. Oh, there's that thing again. There is people from all over the continent. There is, you name it. I don't even know. We've barely even scratched the surface of Quartzsite last year. Kind of stuck to ourselves and relaxed a lot. But this year we're really hoping to get out more, experience more of what Quartzsite in the area has to offer. We're hoping to make videos and take you all along for the journey. So there's the fill stations again, coming back on the main road. There's a dump station for your garbage, and of course your sewer. Oh, there's that rig. It's on this side. Yes. That is awesome. Look at that amazing solar setup. That person is set up. Almost take flight with that thing. Wow. Another scamp off there in the distance. Very nice. Setup. There's so many different things, so many different setups. I'm seriously considering adding a component to my YouTube videos and doing tours of people's setups. Just because it's so fascinating and there's so much to learn from other people and different ways to see things. So if you're seeing this video and you're interested, give me a shout. Maybe something I start pursuing. I think it'd be absolutely fascinating, and there's got to be other people out there that are just as fascinated as I am with just this lifestyle and how people do it and why they choose to be in what they are in and what they like about it, and just everything. Alright, let's get the drone up. Let's go right here. Looks like as good of a spot. Next up, we're going to make our way over to La Posa Tyson Wash for the last part of our tour. Thank you to all those that are watching and are still watching. I know this is a long one. Wow. That's one way to carry water. Wowzers. Huh. Zip across the road here to Tyson Wash. Posa Tyson Wash. Ooh. Yeah. We saw the Roadrunner the other day when we first arrived. Last year I never saw any Roadrunners here. This year, saw it within the first 10 minutes. Pretty neat. Different roads fork to different spots, different little avenues, if you will. Let's give way for the bus. Lots of space left. Last year we arrived later than we are now, so I feel like it's emptier this year. Don't know how other people feel that have been here before, but I'm also here about 2 to 3 weeks earlier than last year, so maybe it fills up that much in 2 weeks, or maybe it's just a slower start to the year. I've read some people say that, for example, on the west coast, they're having a bit more milder temperatures, so people aren't necessarily racing out here as quickly. Other people have speculated that it could be inflation, gas prices, economy, you name it. I don't have enough experience here to judge which way or another that it is. So, schoolie. Time will tell. I guess a true good gauge would be how do the vendors feel in town. Is it as busy? Because people could have gone to simply a different spot. This is where we spent most of the year last year. In this part of Tyson Wash. This year we've decided to try a different area. I like to switch it up. Definitely, some people are in the exact same spot they were last year. It's fascinating. It's no judgment, just it's fascinating. Not everybody is. Last year by that tree there was a huge tent. I don't know if it was a ham radio or a CB radio, but a huge radio antenna kind of tent setup. This year, that person's not there. Let's wave around this way for a moment. That cool van. Nice. It's Arizona. Love the blue. Very nice. I'm back at the entrance here of Tyson Wash. I'm going to park real quick and then we'll get the drone up. These bulletin boards can be very handy too when you arrive. Sometimes they'll tell you of different events that's happening.